Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Powerful people don't connect with you because you're kind. They don't connect with you because you're talented. And they definitely don't connect with you because you deserve a chance. They connect with you because you are useful, or because you signal value. Machiavelli understood this over 500 years ago. And today, his psychology still decides who gets invited into rooms, who gets mentored, who gets ignored. If you've ever wondered why some people effortlessly attract powerful allies, while others stay invisible no matter how hard they work, this video will explain why. Why powerful people think differently. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand." Why powerful people must think this way. When someone reaches power, money, status, influence, control, their environment changes. They face constant requests, hidden agendas, fake loyalty, people wasting their time. So their brain adapt, not emotionally, strategically. Powerful people don't have the luxury of evaluating everyone deeply. If they did, they'd be overwhelmed and exploited. So they evolve a filtering system. That system is based on signals, not stories. Men judge more by the eye than by the hand. Modern translation. Machiavelli wasn't talking about eyesight. He was talking about first impressions and visible proof. In modern terms, the eye sign signals posture, tone, confidence, association. The hand sign actual skill, effort, inner ability. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people never get close enough to power for their hand to matter. They are filtered out by the eye. Power assumes if you were truly capable, it would already be visible. This is not fair, but it is efficient. Why words mean little at the top. Words are cheap. Everyone says, "I'm hardworking. I'm loyal. I have ideas." Powerful people hear this daily. So they stop listening to claims and start watching. How you enter a room, how you handle silence, how you react to pressure, how others treat you. Your behavior speaks before your mouth opens. Scarcity of time brutal decision making. A powerful person might have 50 messages, 10 meetings, 5 decisions that affect millions. They cannot afford long explanations, emotional storytelling, people figuring themselves out. So they rely on heuristics, mental shortcuts. This is why they ask subconsciously, does this person increase my influence or being associated with you? Make me look smarter? Make me look stronger? Expand my reach? If not, interest drops. Does this person reduce my risk? Power attracts danger. So they ask, are you stable? Are you discreet? Are you predictable under pressure? Emotional volatility sign liability. Does this person reflect well on me? Power is reputation sensitive. If you dress poorly, speak recklessly, lack self-control, they imagine future embarrassment and disengage. Why you're dismissed without realizing it. Here's the scary part. You are rarely rejected openly. Instead, replies slow down. Meetings don't happen. Opportunities disappear. Not because you're bad, but because your value signal was unclear. And clear sign risk. Risk sign avoidance. This is not personal. It's structural. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. This line matters. Powerful people are not villains. They are defensive organisms. They have learned it often the hard way that overtrusting is dangerous. Helping the wrong person costs status. Emotional decisions invite chaos. So they simplify. And simplification always looks cold from below. The big shift you must make. Stop asking, why won't powerful people give me a chance? Start asking, what signal am I sending without realizing it? Because power responds automatically, not morally. Once your signals change, Their behavior toward you changes without discussion. The biggest mistake people make. Why admiration is a weak position in power dynamics. When you approach a powerful person with pure admiration, what you're really saying subconsciously is, "You are above me, and I have nothing." That immediately creates imbalance. In Machiavellian psychology, imbalance is dangerous. Not because the powerful person hates you, but because imbalance creates responsibility, risk, and expectation. Power avoids all three. The hidden message behind common phrases. Let's decode those statements psychologically. I just want to learn. This sounds humble, but here's how power hears it. I am unfinished, dependent, and will consume your time. Time is the most guarded resource at the top. So instead of curiosity, this triggers T. Burden, obligation, future emotional attachment. All red flags. I admire your success. Admiration feels good briefly. But Machiavelli understood that admiration without utility fades fast. Why? Because admiration does not reduce risk, does not increase power, does not solve problems. It flatters the ego, but power does not run on ego, it runs on outcomes. So admiration alone places you in the category of fan, not ally, and fans are kept at a distance. Please give me advice. Advice is never free at the top. Advice implies accountability if it fails, emotional involvement, follow-up expectations. Powerful people avoid this unless they see potential return, or you already operate at a high level. Otherwise, advice becomes a liability, not generosity. Why Machiavelli called this strategic weakness? Machiavelli did not condemn humility. He condemned unprotected humility. In a prince, alliances were formed not on sympathy, but on mutual advantage. When you show need without value, respect without leverage, interest without direction, you are exposing yourself without armor. That is strategic weakness. Not morally wrong, strategically naive. The instinctive avoidance of imbalance. Here's the key insight most people miss. Powerful people don't decide to avoid needy people. Their nervous system does it automatically. Imbalance triggers subconscious questions like, will this person depend on me? Will they blame me if they fail? Will helping them cost me status? Even if you are talented, your presentation overrides your potential. So avoidance feels natural to them, not cruel. Why neediness triggers discomfort, not kindness. Society teaches us, if you show vulnerability, people will help. This is true among equals, but power dynamics are different. At the top, vulnerability equals sign unpredictability. Emotion equals sign noise. Neediness equals sign future problems. So instead of generosity, you trigger distance, delayed replies, polite dismissal. Again, not intentional, protective. Power doesn't mentor weakness, it protects itself from it. This line is harsh but accurate. Power mentors competence, direction, reliability. Weakness is mentored only after strength is proven. That's why powerful people often help those who close, already look like winners, are already respected, already have momentum. It feels unfair, but it's rational. Helping strength compounds power. Helping weakness dilutes it. The correct way to flip this dynamic. The solution is not arrogance. It's reframing your position. Instead, I want to learn from you. You signal, I'm working on X, I've noticed Y. Here's a way I can contribute. You're no longer asking for charity. You're proposing alignment. That single shift removes imbalance. And imbalance is what power fears most. The deep truth Machiavelli understood. Power respects those who stand, not those who kneel. Not because kneeling is immoral, but because standing signals stability, self-belief, reduced risk, and reduced risk is magnetic to power. Why this separates you from 99% of people. Most people approach power with it. Desire, emotion, aspiration. Very few approach with utility, precision, relevance. Power is rare, but people who understand power psychology are rarer. When you arrive with value already formed, you become an anomaly, and power always notices anomalies. The deep Machiavellian truth. Machiavelli didn't teach people how to be liked. He taught them how to be needed without being resented. That is the highest form of connection. Not closeness, not admiration. Strategic indispensability. Signaling value before you speak. Machiavelli understood something modern psychology confirms. Perception precedes reality. Perception precedes reality. Why this is non-negotiable. Human beings do not experience reality directly. They experience interpretations. Powerful people are no exception. They are more dependent on perception because they must decide fast. Before logic engages, 3 things happen instantly. 1. Threat assessment. 2. Status positioning. 3. Risk evaluation. All of this happens before words are processed. So by the time you speak, a powerful person has already decided how much attention to give you, how cautious to be, whether you're worth continued interaction. Your words only confer more slightly adjust that judgment. What perception actually means. Perception is borrowed from evolutionary psychology. In simple terms, if others choose you, you are safer to choose. Powerful people look for social proof under pressure. They subconsciously ask, do others defer to this person? Are they interrupted? Are they ignored or acknowledged? Do they seem at ease among equals? If others treat you as low value, power assumes someone already tested this person and passed. Power rarely tests twice. Why power trusts social signals more than credentials. Credentials are static. Signals are alive. You can fake are some. You can't fake calm under observation. Powerful people care less about degrees, titles, claims, and more about how you handle silence, how you react when challenged, whether your nervous system stays regulated. Stress reveals truth. Power trusts what survives pressure, not what looks good on paper. Team presentation, not about fashion. Team presentation signals self-governance. It tells power. This person manages details. This person respects hierarchy. This person anticipates judgment. Disorder in appearance subconsciously suggests disorganization in thinking, emotional unpredictability, poor impulse control. Power avoids chaos. This is not vanity, it's risk management. Confident posture, the biology of status. Posture is primal. Open posture signals non-threat, non-fear, internal stability. Collapsed posture signals submission, anxiety, low social leverage. Powerful people read posture the way predators read movement. They don't think, this person lacks confidence. They feel, this person is unsafe to rely on, and they disengage. Con-speech. Why IT matters more than intelligence. Fast speech, over-explaining, nervous laughter. These are leakages. They signal desire to be accepted, fear of being misunderstood, emotional dependence on approval. Con-speech signals internal authority, thought clarity, emotional self-sufficiency. Power gravitates toward people who don't need validation. Needing nothing is power. Why this all happens before you say a word. Because language is slow. Signals are instant. Powerful people live in environments where hesitation costs money, reputation, or control. So they trust what is fast, what is repeatable, what is visible. Signals are faster than words. That's why they dominate. The hardest truth in this section: you may be smarter, more skilled, more capable, and still be ignored because your signals contradict your ability. Power cannot afford to discover potential. It can only select from what appears ready. This is why talented people stay invisible, while average people with strong signals rise. Machiavelli's unstated warning. Machiavelli didn't say this directly, but his observations implied: if you look uncertain, you will be treated as uncertain. No matter how certain you are inside, power never investigates inner truth. It responds to external order. The long game becomes useful, not likable. Why power doesn't need friends. At the top, friendship is expensive. Friends expect emotional availability. Expect loyalty based on feeling. Complicate decisions. Power already carries pressure. Risk and visibility. Adding emotional maintenance is inefficient. So powerful people unconsciously replace friendship with something far more valuable: operational trust. They don't ask, "Who do I like?" They ask, "You won't fail me when it counts." Reliable operators. What this really means: an operator is someone who understands the objective, acts without handholding, delivers without drama. Reliability is not talent. It is predictability under pressure. Power loves predictability because it reduces mental load, reduces supervision, reduces risk. Unpredictable people, even brilliant ones, are liabilities. That's why average but dependable people often rise faster than gifted but emotional ones. Your goal is not closeness, dependability. Closeness creates entitlement. Dependability creates leverage. When you seek closeness, you signal emotional need, desire for validation, attachment to outcomes. Power reads this as this person will complicate decisions. But when you focus on dependability, you signal emotional control, self-respect, outcome focus. Power feels safe around that. And safety is magnetic. Show up when it matters, the timing principle. Power does not remember effort. It remembers critical moments. Showing up when there's pressure, there's risk, others disappear, creates a mental marker. This person is solid. Machiavelli understood this deeply. Loyalty is proven in danger, not comfort. Anyone can be present when things are easy. Only a few remain effective when things are hard. Power never forgets those people. Solve problems quietly. Why silence builds status. Noise is insecurity. People are people. Announce their efforts. Seek praise. Demand recognition. Signal that they are working for validation, not results. Quiet problem solvers signal internal confidence. Focus on outcome. No need for external reward. Power trusts silence because silence suggests this person doesn't need to be managed. And unmanaged competence is priceless. Take responsibility without credit, the rarest signal. This is where most people fail. Taking responsibility with credit looks like ambition. Taking responsibility without credit looks like strength. Why? Because it shows you're not competing with power. You're aligned with outcomes, not ego. You understand hierarchy. Power does not fear competence. It fears ego-driven competence. Someone who performs without seeking the spotlight becomes indispensable, not threatening. Loyalty is proven through action under pressure. Machiavelli distrusted emotional loyalty because emotions shift. Action under pressure reveals character, discipline, true alignment. When stakes are high, excuses disappear. Performance speaks. That's why powerful people test others silently by watching me. Who stays calm? Who takes initiative? Who doesn't panic or blame? Those who pass are remembered. Predictable incompetence, the final form. This phrase is everything. Predictable does not mean boring. It means consistent, stable, repeatable excellence. Power wants to stop thinking about certain things when they know, if this is involved, it will be handled. You become a mental shortcut, and mental shortcuts are protected. Why this makes you irreplaceable. Irreplaceability doesn't come from brilliance. It comes from reduced uncertainty. If removing you creates risk, creates confusion, creates workload, then keeping you becomes logical, not emotional. And logic is how power decides when to pull back. This is critical. Machiavelli taught, he who makes himself too available is valued less. Never chase power. Distance increases respect. Overexposure breeds contempt. Leave conversations early. End meetings on a high note. Let them request more of you. Power moves toward what it cannot fully control. The final rule. Connecting with powerful people is not about manipulation. It's about alignment. When your value matches their vision, connection becomes effortless. Remember this. Power doesn't ask, do I like this person? It asks, is this person an asset? Become the asset. And doors open without knocking. If this video made you uncomfortable, that's a good sign. Power psychology isn't taught in schools. It's learned through observation and experience. If you want more content on influence, psychological strategy, Machiavellian principles in modern life, subscribe, because understanding power is better than chasing it.